and welcome to this week's edition of Newsgram. When someone you know commits suicide, it can affect you in ways that you can't even predict. We're all different, but at the very least there is a powerful feeling of grief. There's anger. How could you do this to me? There's guilt. I should have seen the signs, should have been able to do something about it. And there is confusion. And when it's your child, the effects are even more devastating. If you don't have a mental breakdown right away, you still have to work through the depression and the anxiety. And the odds of a marriage lasting when a suicide occurs, well, they're slim. So why am I telling you all this? There's a pretty good chance you know someone affected by suicide or that has considered suicide, and you might be wondering how you can reach out and help them. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Rita Wright. Her daughter Anna struggled with dark, suicidal feelings until they finally got the best of her. She's written a book about the experience called Under the Fig Tree, Time to Go, One Last Coffee. And she says writing this book was therapeutic.
I just couldn't come to terms with her not physically being around me, or laughing, or crying, or us holding hands or doing something. And so me sitting down and writing her book was me literally kind of almost vomiting it out of me onto the pages.
Under the Fig Tree tells the story of Anna's life.
Anna was born, I believe, quite melancholy. Out of my three children, she was the only one that she just wanted my skin all the time. And she was only happy when she was at home with her family.
Anna was a gifted artist, and you can see her work on the cover of the book and the gallery inside.
She drew a picture of a lady holding a handbag, and she was preschool, and the social worker said, I've never seen a child draw like this with this detail. And you'll see in the book later on when you look in the gallery, you'll see how detailed her work was. And as an adult, she was very socially anxious, couldn't bear noise. And I believe there's something in her DNA that made that happen.
She was such a loving, caring soul, and it seemed as though her empathy was something she really struggled with. When you care so deeply about the state of the world or things happening outside your control that it affects your diet, it's a definite cause for concern. In fact, learning how to express dark and suicidal thoughts before we reach crisis point is one of the central messages in this book. Here, Rita talks about the time Anna was sent to Delhi to produce a series of designs.
And when she saw the children in the sweatshops, she couldn't bear it. She used to stand on a balcony outside the office, which was beautiful, that she was working in, and she saw all the children rubbing their eyes, and they were having to sew sequins on for hours and hours, just child slave labour. And she stopped eating, and she actually drank the minibar dry every night, but eventually her weight became too low and she had to come home.
Eventually, Anna moved to Paris, where she was very happy. As an artist, Paris was a wonderful place to meet like-minded people and expand her talents. She made friends, she fell in love, and she made enough money to live happily. All that ended in 2015. In 2015, a series of terrorist attacks occurred which took place in Paris, killing 130 people and injuring 350. Anna wasn't injured in the attacks, but it instilled some real fear and feelings of confusion about where she belonged. It drew her right back into depression, and it led to her untimely death. Anna is now at rest in Paris, where she can hear the bells of St. John's Church.
When Anna moved to Paris, she was reeling from the death of my father, her granddad, and she'd often sit in the cemetery in Montmartre and draw, paint, write, or just sit with a coffee. So that's the Under the Fig Tree, where I dug away the soil with my bare hands and made sure she'd always hear those bells.
Under the Fig Tree is an empowering story. Through the Anna M. Wright Art Foundation, all proceeds from this book will be used to help both the suicidal and affected families. Money raised will fund therapies for those suffering from all mental health issues. The foundation plans to focus on art and other creative mediums as a positive way of expressing, communicating, and connecting in new and better ways. Whatever the current suicide rate happens to be, The numbers are horrendous. This timely and imaginative book is a must-read for all generations. Download a copy today from authorhouse.com or barnesandnoble.com. And there's a link for you right there in the show's description. And that will do it for this edition of Newsgram from webtalkradio.com.